The slow-moving storm still dumping colossal amounts of rain on the Carolinas, leaving a miserable combination of flooded roads, broken trees, and downed power lines. And as if all that isn't awful enough, our Fox News team has already witnessed looting in one hard-hit area on the North Carolina coast. That's where we find Rick Leventhal live in Wilmington. Rick.
And John, we'd heard sporadic reports of looting prior to this, including in Wrightsville Beach, where there were some home break-ins where the hurricane actually hit the coast. But today we saw it with our own eyes. Not long ago in a neighborhood not far from downtown Wilmington, a lot of people went into a Family Dollar store and were walking out with armloads of goods. This went on apparently for quite some time, and the Wilmington Police Department knew about it and decided not to do anything about it because they say, according to a tweet, we are aware of the looting occurring at the Family Dollar store at 13th and Greenfield. Unfortunately, management has asked us not to intervene at this time. The police department tweeted just a short time ago that because of the looting, they were extending the curfew in that area beginning an hour ago at 5 o'clock Eastern time through 6 a.m. tomorrow. That's one way, apparently, to try and keep people off the streets and out of that store and other stores. But they have bigger problems on their hands, John. They have a lot of trees down, a lot of damage and power outages across the town and across this state. You see some of the trees behind me here that have been knocked down by Florence, and here's another one right here surrounded by power lines. We've seen examples of this all over the neighborhoods here, particularly in the historic district where some very old trees have come down. In one case, it appeared that a twister may have actually hit an area, took a roof out, and then moved down and took out a huge tree and the sidewalk around it, and then splintered some more trees in a line just down the block. So a lot of trees down, a lot of roads that have been blocked, 200 in New Hanover County alone, roads blocked. And, you know, some major interstates too, John, I-40 and I-95, the two major north, south, and east-west highways in North Carolina. Portions of those highways were underwater earlier today and had to be closed. So they're keeping an eye on that and hoping that the flooding doesn't get worse, but we're hearing reports that, in fact, it probably will.
You've got the Cape Fear River running right through the middle of Wilmington. What about the water levels there?
Well, you know, it's rising. It was up over the banks at high tide again today. Yesterday, it hit an all-time high, and there are parts of the river that they say could break more records. Up to 62 feet would be the river level. So there are concerns up and down the river and in towns surrounding all of these rivers in North Carolina where the ground has been saturated for weeks and now getting 10, 20, 30, even 40 inches of rain or more. There's just nowhere else for that water to go.
Well, I've been to Wilmington a number of times. It is a beautiful city. It's tough to see it so battered. Pardon me. Rick Leventhal in Wilmington. Thank you.